Death After Love. We were playing it.
Before we start, I have a present.
Yeah, oh, you have a present? Well, I didn't bring anything.
Well, I know, but it's for the wall.
Oh, yes.
But these are one of a kind. They were made for me. I had to think real long and hard if we're friends enough.
Wait, what? Maybe it's gonna go on my wall. Are you serious? Are you serious?
Yeah.
These are totally gonna go on the wall here at the Kelly Clarkson Show and not in my house. No, I'm just kidding. We're gonna put this up. This is so nice.
Thank you.
You bring some cool.
Okay.
I love you, and I want to say it. I know I've said it like 1,000 times. I love that you let me sing on that song with you.
Wait.
Oh, what?
Okay. This is what I'm going to ask you.
Okay.
I would like you to go back,
Okay.
do it louder, and let me put it on the Christmas album because I'm releasing it for the new Christmas.
I'll do whatever the hell you want.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, because I love it.
Whatever you
But
want.
it's not loud enough.
I will sing whatever you want.
And you can take a verse.
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. I took it as like I'll sing backup because you're Cher. So, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I just took the harmony.
That's so meaningless, okay?
It is meaningful to me and others. It is like, I will do whatever you want.
Okay.
Yes, okay, done.
Because I brought you the present.
Okay, no, you don't have to, you brought you, that's enough, yes. But anyway, you were inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame because I happened to actually be there. I was there performing with somebody else. And at the ceremony, she said, I loved your speech. I never give up, and I'm talking to the women. We've been down and out, and we keep striving, and we keep going, and we keep building, and we are somebody, which the last line was my favorite part. And reading your memoir after hearing that speech, like even the women in your family relate. I mean, that has to resonate with, you know, it's just a lot was up against. Y'all were up against a lot.
Everybody was poor and for generations, and my mom lived like on the Bowery in every city that they went to, and so it just, I got this kind of from my mom, was that, you know, you don't give up, and I just went farther. Because, you know, people don't know. So many times I was like in such deep valleys, nobody wanted to know me. It was like, you're so passé, get out of here. And I had to go to Las Vegas, right?
Yeah.
And everybody went, oh, Cher's in the Elephant's Graveyard. Now everybody is begging.
I was going to say, now we're all there. Yeah,
right. So anyone said it's as bad to be too early as it is to be too late.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Except you're cooler.
Except well, you're like the coolest.
Right.
Congratulations. So wait, you were opposed to the Hall of Fame when we were here before. So how did they change your mind? Because you for real said off.
Yeah. Basically I said I don't give a flying minute, you know?
Yeah.
But my friend David Geffen.
Yeah.
Yes.
We got a few people that love David.
My friend David Geffen wrote them a letter, and then John Sykes said, you know, we really have to rethink this, and then the board, you know, they voted for me, but it was David's letter.
Yeah.
Because it was terse.
Who is on this board? It's incredible
It's
to me.
new. I mean, that's the great thing about it. Before, the board was like, the guy who ran it said that there was no room in music for women.
Oh, that's fun.
Right.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I could be exaggerating, which I'm prone to do, but I think there's 600 men and 90 women.
Okay. And still we're holding it down.
You know what? Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
So that's why I do love that you did it, because for women, that is very cool, man, that you're showing up there and you know, representing all of us and all of us artists, and it was a very cool thing. But also
I had fun.
It took them too long, but yeah.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. Hello. Amen?
No, it's like, I've had #1 record for 7 decades, and I thought,
what do you have to do?
What do I have to do? Also, I changed music forever. I don't
like,
believe no one had ever heard that
bending
sound.
and yeah.
So I was like, what do I have to do? I mean, like, I can't think of anything.
Yeah, you did it. I do want to talk about this because this is one of the core memories, I think, for you, and reading your memoir. It was when you were young, and I think, was it the Grammy Theater that you went to? And it was, you saw Dumbo, and Dumbo kind of made you want to be a performer.
I wanted to be Dumbo.
I love that.
I was like 3 or 4, something like that. I went, Mom, I want to be Dumbo. I want to do that. And she said, baby, you can't be an elephant. So then when I saw Cinderella, I thought, I'm in, you know?
I know, and then it was Cinderella because the singing, right?
Yeah.
Is that within the book?
Right.
I loved that part.
And when I went home, I started singing A Dream Is a Wish Your Heart Makes, and my mom was hitting my dad, saying, John, she's singing the song. I was 4 years old.
Yeah, and knowing the lyrics and everything. That's like, I sing that to my kids. I've been singing that since I was a kid because they love the lullaby sound.
Right.
And those old songs like from Disney are like...
Yeah, I have something.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like, what's in there? I'm just kidding. So we have to take...
Coke Zero.
I love that. All right, we have to take a commercial break. Let's have Joanne and our audience help us out.
Hi, Kelly. Hi, Cher. I've been a huge fan my whole life. My parents got me your farewell tour on VHS, and I memorized the entire thing. So much so, I did a full-blown performance to Believe in my cheetah mini skirt at my grandparents' 50th anniversary. You'd have been proud. Stay here. More with Kelly and Cher next.
We are back with Cher! Our new book is called Cher, the Memoir Part 1. It's out now. You've got to get it. What challenges did you face while writing this book? Because there's so many amazing years in your life. There's so many amazing stories that you're covering. That's why I assume there's a part 2. Because it's too much of a life fully lived so far.
Yes.
Like, you know.
And I thought if I put it in one, I'd be so heavy nobody could read it, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
And it was. I did it 3 times. I did it once, it was not a good thing. And then I did it another time, and it was like, you know, if you're gonna do it, you better tell it. Or give them back the money.
Yeah. It's written in a way, like, I was reading it, and it's, maybe because I adore your voice and I've known your voice my whole life, but, like, I could just hear you telling the story. It's written in such a conversational way.
You know why I just wanted to tell stories? I didn't want to tell information, because you could go to Wikipedia.
Yeah. No, absolutely. You wanted to give something different.
You can't hear those stories.
Yeah. Girl, not a lot of people have your stories.
Right.
That was insane. So we want to ask about some fascinating stories from the book by flipping through it a bit. So this is a new segment we're calling Page Turners. Page Turners. All right, what's amazing is that this is just half of Cher's life, because there's going to be a part 2. So let's start on page 18, and this is a story about your mom. So you talk about how your mom had to fight to get you back from an orphanage, and even the story that you've got to get this book. It feels like a movie.
My dad, my real dad, took us to Scranton, Pennsylvania. I have no idea why he thought that was a good place to do it. And then he put me in an orphanage, and then he left. And my mom was working in an all-night diner, and then paying the orphanage like $4, I think, and 50 cents a week, you know? And my mom, my mom's story is insane, you know, but my story's pretty.
But they wouldn't even let her they wouldn't let.
She got sick. She used to come like every week to see me, and they wouldn't let her come in. They would only let her look at me through a window. And then she got sick, and then they wouldn't let her come back. They said, you're not a good mother, you're not seeing her.
I can't even imagine as a mom, I would have burned that place down to get my kid. Like,
no, but you know, the church was very strong, so she finally met this assemblyman, and he went there and he said, you know, you guys,
you have no rights. Which is so.
But she never would tell me. I didn't find out about it till much later, and every time I tried to ask her, she'd just start being hysterically crying.
Yeah. Well, I imagine it was a horrible time in her life. Can you imagine someone taking your kid?
She was only 19.
Yeah. Oh my.
No, I think maybe she was 20.
Doesn't matter. That's super young. And also in a time when women did not have, like, nobody even paid
Don't
attention.
even go there.
Yeah, yeah. But it is going there. Like, she had to have some stranger to these people that come into this place, and just because he was a man, they let the baby go. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's incredible to me. Not the mother, but this perfect stranger.
Right.
Sure thing. Okay, moving on to page 91. I'm starting to get hot and angry. And another story in the book, you stole your mom's car, which seems like a poor decision.
I didn't steal it.
You borrowed it.
I borrowed it. And
so stealing.
No. No, because I learned how to drive when I was 11. My grandfather taught me. And so my mom used to take my sister and I to Hollywood Boulevard, and we would get a hot dog and we'd just sit down, and my mom would say, look at all these people. All these people are a lesson. Look at all these people walking by. So I cut school one day with my sister, who was like 5 years younger, And I got in my mom's car, this red Pontiac convertible, which was like so hot. And I drove into Hollywood. And how old was I? Was I 14? I think I was
13 or 14 in the book, yeah.
And drove into Hollywood and, to Hollywood Boulevard. And I went past the Hollywood Bowl.
Yeah.
And I ran all the lights. By accident.
Sure. And you didn't get pulled over?
No.
Oh.
Luck.
In a red car, okay.
So, and then we went down there and we saw all the people and then we went home and one time I did it with my friend and we had a huge Christmas tree, like the biggest thing you've ever seen on our front lawn. So I'm driving up and I see my girlfriend's mother and my mother on the lawn. And I'm thinking, I am busted for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
But we pull up and we walk out and my mom said, where have you girls been? And she didn't see us because we were behind the Christmas tree. I thought, thank you, God.
You're like, just out for a nice stroll, Mom.
Yeah.
This one is from page 285. Because this is part 1 of her memoir, many of the stories include her late ex-husband, Sonny Bono. We've both been through divorces. It's a very hard thing to walk away, not only from a relationship, but also like a family. Like it's a hard thing to do, even if it's the worst situation. And when you're married into it, which I know. And that is a very big decision. Like, how hard was it for you to do that then? Did you have friends at the time that you could turn to?
I had one friend. Sonny was very, he wasn't friendly.
No, they isolate you.
Right, completely.
Yeah.
And so what I did on the show, and like everyone thought like, well, if this was your relationship, then the show must have been fake. But there couldn't have been anything less than, farther from the truth because we had so much fun on the show. And also he knew I was equal to him when we were working. And so we just were having fun,
Yeah.
It was like the only place kind of where we were having fun.
Yeah, which is not what love should feel like.
No, but he kind of got tired of me. No, he just didn't really care about me at the end, or not even at the end, more towards there. Here's the end, and he was stopped right
towards
there.
like right here.
Right.
Oh my gosh. You talk about your friendship with Tina Turner on page 205. So how were you there for each other? Because you both did come from relationships that obviously were not the healthiest.
Okay, so I'd known Tina before, and then when I left Sonny, and she came in once to do my show, and she said, tell me, how did you do it? And I said, I just walked out one day. Actually, it was one night. And she said, okay.
Yeah.
And that's what she did.
Yeah. It's a hard thing to do. Like you said, when everything is kind of connected.
Also, I was like, it was out-of-body experience. It took me 2 days. I was kind of planning stuff, but I really was, like, the dominoes were falling, but I didn't even know that, I didn't realize that I was pushing them down and there would be what I wanted would be no way that he would take me back. I was just pushing it and pushing it and pushing it, and I did have a plan, which is like most of my life. But so I left him.
And you had to start over. Like, I thought that was interesting in the book as well. Like, was it Lucille Ball that you called and you're like, what do I do? Like, you had to start over.
Yeah, he took all the money.
Yeah, Tina had to start over.
Right.
Like
starting over, and I said to him, we'd worked for 12 years, and he took all of my money, okay?
Yeah.
And I just said to him, I kept trying to fathom it, and I just said to him, what was the moment where you thought, I was singing with you, we were working, we went through everything. When was the moment that you thought it would be okay to take my money?
Yeah.
And he said, also, the name of our company was Cher Enterprises. He owned 95% and his lawyer owned 5%. So I was an employee. And not only, the thing that really pissed me off was not only did he take everything, I had a car and clothes, he took everything, he made a clause in the contract that said I couldn't work because I was an employee. And so if David hadn't been there, I would have just been on the street.
Like, looking back, the amount of red flags looking back, like but also you're talking about a time too, and I think that was a very norm thing for the man at that time to have the say in the company and you to be like a name on, like, unfortunately at that time, I think that was more normal than
I know, but I was a partner.
No, I know that. I'm saying you definitely deserve it.
Absolutely. That's why I'm so glad that girls don't take that. anymore.
Yeah, yeah, no, yeah. Still gotta fight for it. On page 385, Sonny ended up finally apologizing to you, which I find incredible because most humans that operate in the sense that it kind of feels like via the book that he operated, you don't normally get apologies.
It wasn't enough.
Yeah.
But I was happy because, but it happened because he was cheating on his girlfriend, who later became his wife, and she just said, she was young. And I said to him, you know, when he and I broke up, because even though I took my money, I was still friends with him, and we went to Paris because I had asked him, this was one of the things, I had asked him, could we go to Paris? And he said, Cher, we can't make any money there. I was like, okay. And so when we broke up, I said, we're in Paris, he's in the bathtub, and I'm sitting against the wall, and I said, girls today, they're not gonna take this. They're, you know, modern girls, they're not gonna go for this. You can't, you know, be cheating, you can't be keeping him in their room, whatever. But he came into the kitchen one day, because Susie just left, went to Switzerland. And he said, you know, I realized...
She like really left.
No, she went, yeah. She went with some ski instructor.
Yeah. Yeah.
So she just said, I'm out of here. And he came to me and he said, I just wanna tell you that I'm sorry for the way I treated you. And it was like, okay, I'm happy for that. But I'm happy that he did it. And it was surprising to me because he was kind of...
Just to take ownership in any of it.
Right, but it was kind of like very... I'm the ruler, I'm the king, you're the serf.
Wow. I have so much rage right now. I'm so hot right now. Like, I just, like...
You know what, though? I'm really weird. It takes forever to make me mad. I'm like my dad, and I didn't know
No, I'm very similar to that.
Right.
But once I get to that tipping point...
Yeah.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cher has been telling us stories from the book, and now it's time to combine those stories.
I wish you guys could hear what we're talking about when nobody's on.
That's the real tea that I don't think I'll have a memoir one day, so you probably won't hear. But we've been talking about stories from the book, and now it's time to combine those stories with a segment we call Top 5 Live. Top 5 Live! Okay. All right, Jesse. Count down Cher's top 5 early live performances. At number 5 is Cher's first appearance on the Carol Burnett Show in 1967. Your career is so cool. Oh my God, what do you remember about that?
It was, well, we were nervous because like grown-ups didn't really like us, but we had hit records, so they would just have us on, not talk to us. We'd do our record and then goodbye.
Oh.
But
that's kind.
Carol was really great, and this is where I met Bob Mackie.
Yeah. Oh, wow. That was a fruitful relationship.
Yeah.
So, okay, so I heard that you one time borrowed Carol's, is this another borrowing situation? Did you borrow her clothes, like the car?
No, but yeah, I did. That was Bob's idea, because we had no money for the first Sonny and Cher show. It was like, it was summer replacement, and there was no money, and they didn't know that they were gonna pick us up, so they didn't want to spend any money. So Bob did Carol's clothes, and so he just kept borrowing, you know, and Carol was fine with it. She doesn't care. Carol doesn't care about anything.
Yeah, I love that, yes. Well, performance number 4 is 1968 benefit concert for Martin Luther King Jr. at Madison Square Garden. Huge venue. So what was that like?
It was great.
Yeah?
It was great. Everybody, there were so many people there. I met Jimi Hendrix there.
I know, that's incredible. And Aretha Franklin was there. So many people were there.
I mean, everybody. And I'm standing against, everybody was going to get drunk. I don't know why, and I don't drink. So I'm standing against, like they have little, you know, openings that you can see the stage, whatever. And I'm standing there, and he just comes up to me, and he's just, oh, I like you guys. You guys are so cool. And he just stood there and talking, and he was so polite. I thought he was going to come and was like, la, 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 la.
Yeah.
You know? But
so nice.
he was so polite and so nice. That was a big thing.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. All right. This is your life is incredible. Performance number 3. These are just not normal stories. Performance number 3 is David Geffen's birthday party in 1974 with Bob Dylan. What happened there?
everybody came from all over the world, and we were singing, Bob and me and Don Henley on, you know, and it was just great. It was like magic. It was really expensive too, but but it was amazing, you know.
I heard the party was kind of crazy, almost like a circus
crazy,
or something.
a little bit crazy. Everybody was doing drugs.
Yeah. All right.
I was so lucky because, you know, drug abuse gallops through my family.
Yeah.
And it just never got me, or my sister.
Yeah, never gone on board, yeah. No, that's good. I think that's why you're here still.
Yeah.
That's why, At number, because a lot of the people in those stories are not. At number 2 is Cher's first performance on the Ed Sullivan Show in 1965. That's cool.
It was.
What do you remember from that?
It was, well, we couldn't get famous in America because grown-ups didn't like us. So Mick Jagger said, go to England. And another man said it too, who was a producer of a show called Shindig. And he said, you know, they'll get you there. And we went there, and we just became so famous. We knocked the Beatles off the chart.
Damn.
And so then we went back, and Ed Sullivan wanted us to be on his show, and it was huge. And it was also where I saw Elvis.
Yeah.
So,
oh my God.
So, no, I didn't see him. I just saw him on the TV.
Yeah,
and which was so cool because all the mothers of the girls I knew hated him. And my mother had
Your mom
him
was
playing.
cool.
So we were rocking out, you know?
Yeah.
And my mom took me to see him.
And number 1 is Cher's first solo concert, the Take Me Home tour in 1979. So you had stage fright right before that, right?
Oh, yeah, I still do. The moment I'm on and singing, I'm fine. It's the moment before that I have a lot of anxiety about doing it.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, unless I'm doing something like this, I'm kind of a shy person, you know, in my private life.
Yeah.
But then I can go on and do all this stuff.
Oh my gosh. Your story, you've got to get this book. Give it up one more time for Cher, y'all. Her career-spanning compilation album, Cher Forever, is out now. And so is her memoir. It's called Cher, the Memoir Part 1. It's available wherever you buy your books. And